Orange Cassidy is one of the breakout stars in AEW so far. His gimmick is a fan favorite and his ring performance is not far behind. He's taken AEW and the wrestling world by storm, so let's have a deeper look at the freshly squeezed one. Number 10. Trained by Cassius Ohno. Every wrestler needs someone to train them. In Cassidy's case, that was Mike Quackenbush. And Chris Hero. If you aren't familiar with the name Chris Hero, you might know the name Cassius Ohno from his 2 runs in NXT. A talented wrestler, Ohno fell in the category of people WWE just couldn't figure out how to utilize properly. He was also one of the wrestlers released in the aftermath of the Black Wednesday in WWE. AEW might not be picking up every WWE talent released, but Hero, Ohno, could be a good fit, setting up another era in the history with Cassidy. Number 9. Debuted in 2004. AEW might be the first time that many fans are getting to know Orange Cassidy, but he's not new to the business. James Clipperly, Cassidy's real name, debuted in 2004 and has been wrestling for 16 years, so you can see that he's no rookie. The man is the definition of seasoned professional, one that the fans who follow the indies and Chikara have been aware of for years. AEW has provided him with the biggest stage to perform on to date, and the man is taking full advantage of it. Number 8. Started out as Fire Ant. If you think that Cassidy's current gimmick is weird, check this out. Orange Cassidy's first big break was under a mask as a character known as Fire Ant. If you think that's odd, you might even be more weirded out to know that Fire Ant was part of the ant-themed faction called the Colony of Chikara. Only in wrestling, baby. Over the course of the faction's existence, several different wrestlers under different ant names have participated, like Pharaoh Ant and Thief Ant, but up until his signing with AEW, Fire Ant, aka Orange Cassidy, was the only one there for the entire run of the Colony and its evolutions. Bonus fact, his one love is the Fast and the Furious franchise. One of the funniest moments in a recent Orange Cassidy match featured R.D. Evans crossing the line. Cassidy has subtly revealed his one love is the Fast and the Furious franchise. Evans insulting the movie was the tipping point to set off Orange to get physical. Interviews for AEW Press also saw Cassidy revealing the Furious movies are his favorite thing to watch when unwinding. Number 7. Worked with Chikara for 12 years. Fire Ant and the rest of the Colony debuted with Chikara in the 2006 Tag World Grand Prix. As Fire Ant, Cassidy remained with Chikara for 12 years, picking up a number of titles along the way. He and the remaining members of the Colony, Green Ant and Thief Ant, won the King of Trios tournament in 2018. It was one of the last things Fire Ant did before leaving for AEW and wrestling exclusively as Orange Cassidy. Number 6. Orange Cassidy gimmick debuted in 2009. We talked about Cassidy debuting back in 2004, but he debuted his gimmick a while ago, in 2009 to be precise. You could be forgiven for not having been aware of Orange Cassidy before he signed with AEW in 2019. There are a lot of wrestling fans who follow the indies, but there are even more who only pay attention to big brands like WWE. A lot of people who watch Raw and SmackDown don't really know the talent on NXT, let alone the indie scene. Still, the Orange Cassidy gimmick has been a play on the indies since 2009, even while Fire Ant was still holding it down in Chikara. Number 5. Has the laziest website ever. Like most people with any level of fame or notoriety, many wrestlers have their own websites. They use them to sell merch, let fans know where they're going to be next, and maybe give some background information about their careers. Not surprisingly, Orange Cassidy's website has very little of that. It's basically a blank page with a couple of shirts for sale on it. If there's an award for the laziest website on the internet, his site should win it every year. Number 4. Tony Khan is a big fan. As the man and the money behind AEW, Tony Khan is someone you want him to have a good opinion of you. He has been open to interviews about Orange Cassidy not being someone he had big plans for at first. Once Khan got to know Clipperly and learn more about the Orange Cassidy gimmick, Tony was on board. That has been quite apparent in the level of push Cassidy has been getting over the past few months. Khan even cosplayed as Orange Cassidy. That's how big the president of AEW is on Orange. Number 3. Orange Figure. If you want to be a big name in the wrestling game, you need merch that includes action figures, something WWE has on lock. We filmed some videos in advance, so depending on when you're watching this, an Orange Cassidy figure with extra hands that can fit into his pockets, of course, is on the way or already out. You know you've made it when someone makes a tiny plastic version of you. Number 2. The Gentleman's Club. Orange Cassidy was actually part of another faction that operated in Chikara, as well as other promotions such as Evolve. The Gentleman's Club consisted of several wrestlers, including Cassidy's current buddy, Chuck Taylor, and former NXT Cruiserweight Champion, Drew Gulak. If you're keeping score, that means Cassidy was a member of 2 factions at the same time, one masked and one unmasked. I'm curious to see what Jim Cornette has to say about that. Bonus fact, inspired by Ryan Gosling in Drive. There have been a few movie characters referenced by fans, wondering if Orange Cassidy found inspiration from a film for such a unique character. Cassidy shared an article on social media that stated a reference to Ryan Gosling in Drive as the headline. The character has shades of Drive, with the look and silent demeanor coming off similar. Number 1. Named ESPN's Breakout Wrestling Star of the Year 2020. On July 22, 2020, Brett Thompson of ESPN named Orange Cassidy as wrestling's male breakout star of the year. It's hard to argue with that. His impact on AEW and wrestling in general cannot be denied. While Clipperly is still a skilled and athletic wrestler, his Orange Cassidy character defies every convention in the business, and fans are eating it up, proving that they are interested in someone new and different. Well, relatively new in Orange Cassidy's case.
I don't care either.
Whoa, champ, you didn't hear that. Hey, celebration, baby. Cover the whole thing.
It's like a Young Bucks.
Shower him. No, it's like the NBA. Shower him, give it to him.
All right.
Champ, nice.
I don't want this thing, but
hey.
I'll defend. One more?
Let me get a shot at the title.
Hold on.
Can I get a shot?
Sure.
Wait, you don't like carry it around with you like to the airport and anything like that.
Of course not.
That's terrible. No, thank you. No.
Anyway, this is bad. This skit's not good.
Yeah, skit's dumb.